Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Just Saying Football with Jack and Sean. I'm your host, Sean Gannon, alongside my partner, Jack McNicholas. We're here to bring you news, notes, weekly updates, and game analysis of your favorite teams from around the league. If not had the chance, go check out our website, justsayingfootball.com, and follow us on Instagram at justsaying, WJS for article and video updates. Week 5 is done.
Week 5, that was pretty quick. Went by fast.
Yep, I beat Jack in fantasy. For all those that didn't see the story, I beat him, defeated.
Almost came back with Josh Jacobs, but Patty Mahomes decided 2 more touchdown passes for Kelsey will do it and make it 4, and give Sean all the Mahomes points in the world.
And that's just what Sean's team goes out there and does. We go out there and we face our opponent and we get wins. I just want to thank God and my team for performing really well. And we're on to the next opponent this week, which I believe is Garrison. So I'm seeing you, Garrison. Really quick, we got some Yankees gear on. Wrong sport. You're absolutely right. However, we're going to game 1 of the ALDS when the New York Yankees are going to host the Cleveland Guardians. So let's go Yanks.
Yeah. Well,
just want a good game.
You said it. You said everything I need. Go Yanks.
Let's go Yanks. All right.
Go beat Cleveland.
Let's kick off week 6. If you guys loved that Colts and Broncos game last week, do we have something in store for you when the Washington Redskins make their way to Chicago to take on the Bears? What are your thoughts going into this game, buddy? An absolute not so great game.
No, yeah, 37.5 line. Chicago is favored by 1. I got to say, 2 very underwhelming teams where their divisions are full of excitement right now. You got the Washington Commanders on the road. If they were at home, you'd feel a little more comfortable with them in this game. But it's hard to feel comfortable with either of these teams. It's probably either, it's a low line, which could be kind of a tease for me. But, I just got to say, with where you're looking at these teams are, at least the Bears looked somewhat functional last week after
Absolutely.
the first 3 weeks. I know you guys, kind of gave them a little ease in the second half, to kind of get it over, give Sean a little heart attack there.
Yeah, it was really worrisome. I was really worried in that second half. It was a totally different Bears game. But I think if you're a Bears fan, you're probably really happy about that. The bootleg clearly works with Justin Fields, and his improv out of the pocket is clearly something that you love to see from your second-year quarterback. This just, though, not a pretty game. I mean, the Washington pass protection, 20 sacks in 5 games. That's 4 sacks a game. That's not good. You're not going to play many games and win many games, and your quarterback's getting sacked all the time. Especially Carson Wentz, who is an injury-prone quarterback.
Yeah,
that's not the guy.
And he's on pace right now to get sacked 61 times.
That's a lot of sacks.
A lot.
That is a lot.
Everybody's asking how many sacks that is. It's a lot.
Jeez, that is
a
lot. Good news for Washington. Brian Robinson returned to the field in week 5, which was great to see. Kudos to him. Came out of the tunnel to Many Men by 50 Cent. Baller. Absolute baller. Definitely go take a look at the video if you haven't seen it. It's great.
Yeah. He's back. He got a little touchdown last week. It kind of helps everybody wonder what is the deal with Antonio Gibson. Both these teams right now, because they had running backs injured at a certain point in these 5 weeks, now they have a backup running back. So there's gonna be a heavy run game for me no matter what. Antonio Gibson and Brian Robinson on one side, and then David Montgomery and Khalil Herbert on the other.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think this is hopefully kind of like a get-started game for guys like Darnell Mooney, only 10 receptions and 173 yards on the season. Granted, Justin Fields and this offense not throwing for a ton of yards as a whole, so you don't expect him necessarily to be breaking a ton of records. And you have Terry McLaurin, 19 receptions, 326 yards and a touchdown. Also someone that you want to see and expect to be getting a little bit more production, I guess. But favorable matchups, two kind of poor secondaries. Bears coming off of letting up a huge game against Justin Jefferson. Shout out Justin Jefferson.
Shout out Justin Jefferson.
Who killed it. Who killed it. But Eddie Jackson, man, still holds down that secondary. People forget he's still back there.
People forget that the Bears defense can still be scrappy. They don't have all the guys they used to have. But I got to say, Roquan Smith, despite the holdout, has become one of the, still one of the more underrated players the whole year at middle linebacker.
For real.
But Chicago 2-0 at home this season.
Love that.
I know obviously week 1 was San Francisco in kind of the monsoon game. And now we have the, kind of the opportunity for, this Bears team to kind of get, in a good position and get a 3rd win at home. I do like them, their scrappiness, their run game right now. I do, it's a little more proven than Washington's right now. And I got to say, Washington, very underwhelming last week and the last 2 weeks for me. The Bears have kind of trended upwards So I do like that. What about you?
I'm definitely going with Chicago in this one. I just don't like anything that we've seen from Washington, and the injury to Jahan Dotson is a huge setback for them. That I wasn't necessarily expecting. And you know what's something that you don't want to see in Week 5 is you don't want to see your head coach reassuring you that the decision to go sign Carson Wentz, or a quarterback in the offseason, I should say, was the right decision after you're really, really struggling with one win in an NFC East that's pretty competitive this season, as everyone in the entire NFL world called. Giants would be 4-1, and the Eagles would be undefeated, and the Cowboys would be 4-1. This is everything that everyone knew going into the season.
Yeah, and I gotta say the one thing is, I did say that, something just to point out with the running backs that I mentioned before too. Chicago's letting up 170 rushing yards right now through 5 weeks. That's second worst in the NFL, and they have, the worst passing offense. They right now are at 116 yards through the air a game. That's about how many Josh Allen had in the first 5 minutes the other day.
Oh my God, that was like one play for him basically. Jeez.
And even the Giants, who are 31 right now, are about 45 yards a game ahead of them. That's bottom of the list, and Chicago's down there. So even though they rely on that run game, I feel like as long as they can continue to disrupt Carson Wentz, they will come out with a victory.
Absolutely.
I don't know how I feel about the line. I want to take the under, even though it's so low.
I was also gonna say take the under, but I think
it seems like a random Thursday shootout. You think like they could just randomly score on each other?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
it's a confusing one.
I don't know. There's something about 37.5 that I don't like. I don't know.
It's gonna be 38 no matter what. It's like
I would
24,
go. I would go over 37.5, but under 40. I feel like.
I could see it being like 24-14, but that would still hit it.
Well,
so
38, I would hit it.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. It's like even a low-scoring game, I think, of the output. No, never mind. Take the over.
Take the over for sure. Hopefully this is a game that Fields can improve on. I liked what we saw from him last week. 15 for 21, 208 and a touchdown. And that first half and the second half were two totally different game scripts.
Yeah.
Had Amir Smith-Marset not blocked Cam Dantzler in the back, he was off for a 50-yard touchdown. Justin Fields.
Yeah, no, he was gone too.
That play gets called back. That's 7 points off the board, and that changed the momentum back into the Vikings' hand a little bit. Which I'm thankful for. It was clearly a block in the back, but I'm saying if those things don't happen, and he gets a score, all of a sudden you're looking at Justin Fields in a different light. In his career. So I think. I've been
very critical of Justin Fields this year too.
$123 million of cap space, Chicago. $123 million of cap space next offseason.
They're gonna get him stuff that he needs.
Exactly.
I just think that as long as he proves himself the rest of this year, he'll be in good space. I think honestly for me, it's about the coaching there.
I like Eberflus. Look, two new head coaches, 2 new offensive coordinators. You're in your second year.
We always know what happens there. There has to be, you got to learn a whole new scheme, big production drop.
Exactly. Baker Mayfield also 6 seasons in the NFL. I think it's 5 offensive coordinators. I'm not saying it's an excuse.
Sean's
I'm just saying.
Baker.
I'm not saying it's an excuse. I'm just saying these things do matter a little bit when you have to learn a brand new offensive scheme every single offseason.
I agree.
That's it. That's all I'm saying. Look, Justin Fields is gonna be fine. I was high on him. I still am. I have faith.
But I think it's Bears all the way at home. They're going to be 3-0 at home if we are correct.
I love them. The people at Soldier Field love. Before we head out of here, who do you think is going to get more yards? We got Scary Terry McLaurin or Darnell Mooney.
I kind of want to go with Mooney because he made that huge play last week.
Yeah, one-handed catch.
I think that it is Mooney because with Terry McLaurin, he's going up against right now the third hardest fantasy defense. It's not going to be a great matchup. I got him in fantasy. I'm not too excited about how he's been this season, but I mean, both of these guys have a matchup where they could take advantage of it right now.
Yeah, either of them going to hit 100.
No. Not in this one.
Yeah, all right. That is all.
And if I'm wrong, it's because I underwhelmed this game.
Exactly. It's just because the football gods like you're wrong, Jack. I'm sorry. All right, everyone. That's all the time they have. Thank you for listening and thank you for tuning in.
Thank you guys for checking us out. Thursday Night Football. Hope you enjoyed this video and hope you actually enjoyed this game. We're all hoping it's a good one. Cool. Just remember to check us out. All our videos, justsayingfootball.com, Just Saying Football on YouTube, and Just Saying No GWJS on Instagram for all your video article updates.